Alright, so now we got used to the layers, turning them on and off, playing with the mascot. We are playing with the coloring. Now we're going to show you, now you're going to learn how to flip the canvas, do a little export. I'll show you some settings when you export out the actual file. And then we're going to go ahead and build one from the ground up, starting with the body. And then we're going to start the head. We're going to change the expressions on the face. So, and then also the signs, of course, because we can have signs up where you can put your logo and where you can add in some text and stuff. So we're going to play with that right after this section here. So I want to put a jersey on him. Say he's a sports player. We'll go ahead and go into some expressions right now. We got to get him looking mean a little bit. So we're going to go into the expressions folder. Now we have the pre-made ones as we covered a little bit earlier, but now we're going to go to the manual. So I'm going to expand that, and we're going to start with his eyebrows. So we got his left eyebrow. We can go ahead and change that there. See, it's kind of down a little bit. Go to his right eyebrow. Remove that. Put it to the down position. Go back to the left, and we actually have two of them on there. Oh, there we go. So now he's got a little like bowly face on. What's he doing? All right, he's maybe he's taunting the other players. We're gonna put a jersey on him. Maybe he's doing a little taunting or something. So no hoodie needed here. We're gonna go ahead and collapse this manual. Click on jersey. Where am I at? All right, so we're gonna click on jersey. Now, with the jersey, as we showed earlier, we have sliders. So we can go from red to white. So we'll go ahead and we'll go to white jersey. We'll collapse that. Now he's got a number. We got to put a number on him. So let's go ahead. Scroll up to number. Jersey, number. Now, all right, so we have a couple options. Got a red number, purple, reverse, or the black and white there with the you can see the outline. Now what's going to happen if I reverse this image? So maybe I want them facing the other direction. I'm going to go up to image, image rotation, flip canvas horizontally. It'll take a second because it's a big file, 380 megabytes. Now what's this going to do is going to actually flip everything in this canvas. So that number is going to be backwards. So now he kind of looks like, hey, you give me the tongue, but your number's backwards, buddy. So what we can do is uncheck the number. Go to reverse. Expand the reverse. And there we go. We can add the reverse, which is the number that you want. So that's what we got there. Now, what about his hair? Let's say he's outside playing some ball. It's a little cold now. We need to give him some hair with a hat. So when we actually go to give him a hair, we're not going to turn on this layer here. We're going to turn this layer off. We're going to give him a hat. And let's see, a beanie. I'm going to give him a beanie. Expand that down. Change it to a different color here. Let's see here. Yep. And of course we got the slider. If we want to use a slider, we can do that. So now he's got a hat. And then if we expand hair, and one of these layers were turned on, you can see it kind of be over the hat. That's why we turned that off. And inside the hat folder at the bottom, you see hair to hat. So this will allow us to add hair coming out of his hat if we want to do that. You can change it to different colors, sticking out the side of his head. As you can see here, it just kind of comes up to the corners. So that's the hair you'll want to use if you want some hair when he's inside of a hat. Now to change them back the other way, you can do the same thing. Image rotation, and flip canvas horizontal. And that'll flip it back to the way you had it regularly. And of course, if he's wearing the number in the jersey, you can go ahead and put the numbers, uncheck reverse, and add in the regular numbers. Oh, make sure reverse is off, and put in the number that you want. Now, if he's going to be holding a sign, doing some other signs and stuff, we're going to put that on him, and then I'll show you how to render it out. So one more section. Now we're going to add a sign, edit some text, and render it out, and that'll be your mascot, however you like to create them. It should have enough information here to be able to build a pretty awesome mascot with the colors you want and the way you want to build them. All right, so check it out. We want to give him a sign. So he's still in our basketball jersey. He's still ready to, show the competition up. Of course, his shoes are probably a little off, but let's go ahead and take his hands away because we don't want his hands there when he's holding the sign. I'm going to go ahead and move this closer for you to see. Now, let's go ahead and get to the sign. His shoes here, let's collapse his shoes. Alright, so to give him the sign or paper, let's go ahead and right underneath expressions, you will find hands on paper. So we're going to go ahead and turn that up, or turn it on by clicking it. You can expand it to change the hand color for the skin tone. Now, once we're in hands on paper, we're going to expand the text section. Now, if you double click, it tells us what actual font is missing. So this is the font. You can say OK for now. Now, it is highlighted black. So if I go to the keyboard and I hit backspace, it's going to delete it. I will actually have the cursor set up and where I can type it when I want. So I'm saying, so let's say he's at a game and he's got a team. Now with this text, we can highlight it while we're still in here. And at the top, we can actually change the font type we want. So I'm going to change this. Now, how do I move the text around on the paper? Well, once I'm done typing what I want, I can click on the Move tool, which is the shortcut V. I can then double click on the, well, just single click on the text, and this will move it around and give me my guidelines where I want to go. I'm still highlighted the put text here. Now what if I want to add some effects on this text? I can add a couple of effects by, let's see, if I double click on the actual layer, I can then say I want to put a drop shadow on the text. It'll look a little, maybe he's got some fancy stuff, outer glow, which it's white right now, so you're not going to see an outer glow too well. I want to add patterns and stuff. We're not going to go into too much detail on how you can really customize each thing, but just to show you that you can change anything with the text because it's its own layer basically. So if you want to go in here and play with that, you can do it. Contouring and stuff, you can definitely contour the text. I'll go ahead and click on the text again. Go to the top and click on the text tool where it says warp. So I want to go ahead and arch it a little bit, and OK. This will arch it. If I go back to the Move tool, I'll be able to move it. Control T will give me my transform options where I can transform the text and kind of move it around. Hit enter to render it in. So that's how you add the text. Let's say you got everything done, you're ready to rock and roll, and you want to render this out, but you don't like that background. You just want it to be blank, basically, so you can put it anywhere. Uncheck the background, the visibility check, or check it. That's as simple as that. So I want to render this out, and I want to be able to put it on my website and use the website's default coding. I'll go to File, Save for Web. Now this is a pretty big file, so I can change the size here to the 621 pixels wide, 800 pixels high. Let's say I only needed this as a header, part of the header, and the header's only maybe 60 pixels high. Hit done, click on here, and then that's how big the guy will be. Hard to see, but you'll be able to manage and adjust it however you need to. That's just an example. Let's go 150. 200. This is what you'll save it out as. 250. PNG will keep the background transparent. JPEG will make it all white. PNG 8 will kind of make it not as smooth of coloring. And leave it as that. Click save. Save it where you want to save it. And then you're done. And that's how you create your mascot in the Mascot Creator tool.